They say I'm the most beautiful woman in Africa. They say it like it's a blessing, like a crown placed gently on my head. But let me tell you something. For the longest time, I hated that crown. My name is Beyoncé. Not the one on television. Not the singer. Just a girl from Odu village, with long legs, smooth skin, and eyes people called magic. Everyone saw beauty when they looked at me. Men smiled too long. Women whispered, "She's the lucky one." Children ran to hug me like I was light itself. But no one ever asked, "How do you feel inside?" Because if they did, they'd know. I didn't feel beautiful. I didn't feel lucky. Most of the time, I didn't feel like I belonged in my own body. I grew up in a cracked house that smelled of kerosene and sadness. My father left when I was 5. He said he was going to the city to find work. He never came back. My mother, she tried. I think she did. But pain made her hard. She drank when she was angry. She drank when she was tired. She drank when I cried. And when I told her what my uncle did to me, how he came into my room one night when I was 12, she looked at me with cold eyes and said, "You're lying. Stop acting like a cursed child." That was the day I stopped trusting anyone. People thought I was quiet because I was humble. But I was quiet because my voice didn't feel safe. I smiled because I had to. It became my mask, my armor. Boys followed me like flies to honey, but I felt numb, like my body didn't belong to me, like I was just a thing to be looked at, not loved. I started to believe that beauty was a prison, that I was born in the wrong skin. Then came Mama Iya. She was an old woman with eyes sharper than a razor and softer than morning rain. She sold herbs in the market. One day, she stopped me and said, "You carry your beauty like a burden, not a gift. Why, child?" I didn't answer, but my eyes must have told her everything. She touched my shoulder and whispered, "You are not what happened to you." I cried that day. Not pretty tears, ugly, heavy ones. And she held me like no one ever had. Healing didn't come easy. I went to therapy. Yes, in Africa. I wrote in journals until my hands ached. I screamed in my pillow. I forgave my mother not for her, but for me. I forgave that little girl in me for staying quiet for so long. And slowly, slowly, I started seeing myself. Not just the Beyoncé, with smooth skin and perfect teeth, but the girl who survived. The girl who endured pain and kept walking. The girl who rose. Today, people still call me beautiful. And I smile. Not because I believe them, but because I finally believe me. I am more than my face, more than my past, more than what they see. My name is Beyoncé. And yes, I am the most beautiful woman in Africa. But not because of how I look, because of how I healed. They say when love is real, it sees beyond the skin. I never believed that until I met him. His name was Kweku. He wasn't loud, he wasn't flashy. He didn't look twice when he first saw me, and that confused me. I was used to stares, used to men tripping over their words just to say hello. But Kweku? He just nodded and kept walking. I met him at a community reading center. I was volunteering with children. He was building new shelves. One day, I caught him humming an old Fela Kuti song. I laughed, and he looked up, surprised. "You know that song?" he asked. "Of course," I said. "My mother used to play it when she was sober." The air shifted. He didn't ask more, didn't pry, just gave me a soft smile and kept humming. I liked that. Weeks passed. We'd talk slowly, carefully, like two people learning to trust their own voices. He never complimented my looks, never said the usual lines. One evening, while we were packing up books, he said, "You carry your silence like a story." I stopped. "What do you mean?" I asked. He looked at me, not through me, and said, "Some people shine because they've never been touched by fire. But you shine because you walked through it and survived." That night, I cried. But it wasn't from pain. It was from being seen, truly seen. Kweku didn't want my beauty. He wanted my truth. He wanted the scared 12-year-old girl who stopped believing in love. He wanted the strong woman who fought for her healing. And for the first time, I let someone love all of me. The broken parts. The angry parts. The soft, tired, beautiful parts. We're still together. He calls me Sunrise because he says, every day with you feels like a new beginning. And I believe him. Because I finally believe in myself. My name is Beyoncé. They say I'm the most beautiful woman in Africa. But Kweku? He says I'm more than that. He says I'm home. And for the first time in my life, I believe I am.